Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate how to create a scenario provided in the value tracker tool. So I'm going to start off by creating the initiative, and this can be done directly from value tracker. Um, value tracker is fully integrated into Supply Management Plus and Sourcing Plus. Um, so in reality, often a project would form part of a value tracker would form part of a project, basically, in the same way that it does in Savings Management Plus. However, a value tracker initiative does not have to be in a project. It doesn't have to be. It can be independent and can be linked to other objects in the platform. And this does help with the situation where um, it's not directly related to a procurement project, the saving or the plan for saving, and this allows for the holistic view of all the savings to be captured within the platform. So we're going to create this independently now. So let's create a new one from scratch, not from an existing event or from a template to show it in action. Now, Value Tracker for data capture and reporting purposes is very, very flexible. So a lot of the fields that you will see here are set up just for demo system purposes, but they would be customized to the values that you would want to see to be able to track during the project phase. So in terms of initiative type, let's say this is the first type. Let's give this a name. Let's call it contract savings number 6. We can set the complexity of the savings. So is it low or high complexity, and the same on the resource level. So let's say these two are medium, and then we can set a confidence factor um, on the initiative. So let's say we're 80% confident that this will come through. We're also able to fully link an initiative to a category strategy. So if you've got the full procurement lifecycle through category strategy to ITTs through to savings initiative, then you're able to capture the full lifecycle. Currency we'll leave as euros, most likely GBP, but I don't have that on this demo system. And then we need to enter the baseline spend and what type of baseline it is. So we can say like the historic price for this contract was, I don't think it's in the email, it talks about savings of $1 million. Let's say the overall contract is 10 million. And then we have to say the planned value. So we can enter this as either a value or a percentage. So let's put 90 here. So we had a £10 million contract, and we're planning £1 million worth of saving to make it 9 million. In terms of the tracking, we are going to do this annually, and the contract is going to run from, I think, the 1st of October 2023 to the 30th of September 2025. So this is across 3 financial years. We're able to link an initiative to a business unit or a region or a category. This allows for the reporting side. Let's set up a link into a category to see this in action. So I'm going to link it to a few different categories actually. And then you can say, is it evenly split? Is it 30-20, etc. And then we need to select a value type. So what type of value are we providing here? So we're going to choose 2. So let's say it's a cash saving, and then I think the other one was a inflation related saving. Let's call this a cost reduction. And again, we can say is it evenly split or not. Let's say it's kind of a 60-40 between cash and cost reduction. This is our plan. You can associate an initiative to one or more suppliers. Again, this helps with the reporting side and will show up on the Supplier 360. Let's see if we can find a supplier in here. Okay, so let's say this This saving is across 2 different suppliers, like so. And then we're able to set up the initiative team. So for this demo purpose, I'm just going to do everything as one user, but you would have different people responsible for approving the initiative and for managing and for owning the initiative. You can have viewers as well and validators, and you can set these up manually on an initiative by initiative basis, or as with everything else you do in Jagger, you can set up templates and have this automatically set from the template. So let's save this now. And here's my idea as it begins. So you can see firstly, the different financial years split across 3 financial years. The system has automatically allocated the predicted savings based on the information we provided. It's also split it up on a per supplier basis, and it's also added the different categories that we chose as well to make up the total saving. So what we'll do now is we're going to set this as a proposal. And then what we're able to do at this stage is to edit the proposal so that we can either edit as a value or as a percentage. So as I say, the system has automatically calculated all these values based on the splits that we provided. But if we need to make any amendments, then we're able to do so. Let's put this as 200,000. And the system will automatically update all the values as we go through. You can also, of course, edit this in Excel if that's easier and re-import it back in. Let's save this, and then what we need to do is to approve the proposal. And now we have our agreed plan. And then when we need to do the actual collection, of course, there are notifications from the platform to inform the team that they need to enter and validate the savings. So let's switch into the actual period. So now we have an active plan, and you can see these warning triangles here identifying that year 2023 and 2024 are already late. We can edit the data here. So again, edit as percentage or edit as values. So we could say, okay, we've got 210,000 here. For the purposes of demos, I won't go messing around with anything else. Let's leave it as it is. And we can save. And then when everything is complete, we're able to validate. So which years do we want to validate? We're going to validate everything. And then when the system's happy, we can set this to a realized saving. So here's our realized plan with our savings documented across the different allocations. And then at any stage, actually, but this one being the most prevalent, we can look at the reporting from an initiative level. So if we go to the Charts tab, the system will automatically create these reports. So you can see here where we're split in terms of the savings on a cost reduction and cash aspect, the different value types, the different categories that we chose, and the allocation split, and the split across the different suppliers as well. Scrolling down, we can see the forecast versus the actual over the different financial years. And a different view, we can also see the validated and forecast values by period as well. So we're able to closely track the planned saving versus the actual saving. Here's another view as a waterfall chart, so we can see that the difference of cash and cost reduction are making up the total. So overall, there's been no change, but this would reflect the changes in the plan. Okay, so when it comes to reporting on value tracker initiatives, one view that you might want to see is from a supplier perspective, what the savings and initiatives are against a particular supplier. And one of the suppliers I chose on the example was Denville Scientific. So I've swapped into the supply management view, and from here we can click into the supplier 360, which is a really nice way to see all kinds of information about the supplier. You can see their qualification, their categories. You can see any assessments and scorecards that are against this supplier, all kinds of information. But as we go down here, you'll see there's a dedicated section for value tracker initiatives. And in here, we can see the one value tracker initiative that we created. You can see its start and end date. At the moment, the status is realized, but obviously anything that's in progress would also show up here as well. And we can see the forecast versus the actual savings for this particular supplier. And this would show a complete view, the number of initiatives, and a complete view on the actual savings as well, and forecast savings for this particular supplier. If we click on the More icon, then that will take us directly into value tracker initiatives for this supplier as well, so we can go into all the more granular detail.